What do you think you'd be if you never came to Heartlight?
Probably be selling drugs with my same group of people that I hang out with. It wouldn't be good. And then probably in a couple years, I'd be sitting in a jail cell.
Owen, thanks for coming in and talking. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm Owen. I'm 16, and I'm from Chicago. And I'm at Heartlight.
Okay, I like the Chicago pizza, your best food in the world?
I like the hot dogs a lot.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
The deep dish pizza is good, but I like the hot dogs.
You're one of those guys that can eat anything because you burn it off like crazy.
Yeah.
You're a little ADD with hyperactivity,
Yep.
and you eat macaroni and cheese all the time and are able to make it.
Yep.
Okay, well, somebody who loves food like you do and comes from a how did you end up at Heartlight? What happened that ended up getting you here?
I was manipulative towards my parents. I kind of didn't listen to what they said, and I started using drugs.
Wow. And when you look at that, if you had to break that down, what's the manipulation with your parents? What is that about?
So if they told me no, they said, you're not doing this, it would just make me like, something in me would just be like, I'm doing it. Like, I don't care what they say. Like, I'm going to do what I want when I want to.
And when did that start?
Since I was like 6. Like,
It's always been like that.
Yeah, since preschool. I remember like my parents telling me stories like I was in a fight with my mom, and I told my mom I was going to call the president on her, and like, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been always been kind of obstinate and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you still?
Not anymore. Not after Heartlight.
No, why? Why?
Because I've kind of been able to work through my issues with myself and with my family.
And you say issues with yourself. What's that?
Some like self-esteem stuff, and then like just being able to like take no for an answer and accept it, and being able to learn from my mistakes.
Wow. You hear no a lot around here, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have 60, when you think about 60 high school kids living in the same place, not everybody gets to do what they want to do, and so there's something about living with other people that it probably teaches you a lot, but it helps you grow up. I mean, I remember when you first got here, I thought, Guy, he's a little tiny, just a little tiny kid. And you don't look like a little tiny kid anymore. It's like you've grown up a couple of years since you've been here. Do you feel that?
Yeah. I mean, my intake day, I was like 5'2", and now I'm like 5'8", so I've grown a little bit.
Wow. No, I mean, just the way you engage with everybody and everything else, you just see that you've grown up a lot.
Yeah. That's what, like, other people have been saying, too. They've been, like, since day one to now, they've been, like, he's matured. Like, he's, like, not the same Owen we remember.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, tell me about the drug thing.
So, I was felt like I was put on, like, the back burner by my parents, and the only, like, attention I would get from them would be negative. It would be to give me a consequence or to take something away from me. And I didn't know how to handle myself because I would blow up, and I would say things I didn't mean, and I would do all these things that were just not good things to do. So one of my like coping mechanisms to say was just drugs, like smoking or doing whatever, and it wasn't good. It was not a healthy coping mechanism by any means.
Do you remember the first time you did it?
Yeah.
Really? Tell me about it.
It was me and my friend, and we were in my room. My friend had like a pen. He was like, yo, just hit this. I was like, I don't know if I want to. He was like, bro, trust me. And then I did. And I did hate it the first time, actually.
Really?
But then I did it again and kind of like felt like a sense of like relaxedness and like just I felt good and humble with where I was at. But
did it just kind of get rid of some of the feelings that you had about, with self-image issues and the deal with your mom and dad being told no, and was it a way to relax from all of that and kind of give it up for a while?
It was a way to make my brain forget about my problems and just do what was in the moment. I was doing what was in the moment and not thinking about anything else. I didn't think about my parents. I didn't think about anything but what I was doing, and I guess that was like relaxing for me.
So when did it get to a point that somebody said, this isn't working at home anymore, we gotta figure out something different?
So my parents have been looking into programs since I was like 11 or 12, and they threatened me like 8 months before with Heartlight before I actually got sent here, and I was like, it's not gonna happen, they're not gonna do that. So I got even worse and worse and worse, and they're like, all right, Like, you can't do this anymore. We're going to have to send you. And I was like, okay.
Do you remember when they told you?
Yeah.
What'd they say?
So my dad sat me down, and he was like, here's what's going to happen. Like, you leaving in 2 days. I was like, oh. And I didn't really blow up. Like, I was all right, and I just gave my dad, like, a really long hug. And I felt like it was the right place for me to be. Like, I came willingly, like, I think it was good.
When you think about it now, do you still say the same thing?
Yeah, but now I kind of look at it from like a different perspective too, because from where I was to where I am now, I just feel like I'm a completely different person. Like, it was just helped in pretty much every aspect. That's like I have my toolbox now.
Wow! And so in that toolbox is what?
It's able to handle. I'm able to handle conflict health
in a healthy way. Yeah,
I'm able to handle conflict healthy. I'm able to, like, be able to make compromises and be able to, like, not try to manipulate my parents.
Wow.
I've found way new, better coping mechanisms, just kind of everything like that. Like, it's just, like, the tools I need to, I feel like, start my life.
And it's funny to me that as we talked earlier, that you've learned it in a place, being around a bunch of other bad kids that have been asked to leave their home as well. And so it's with bad kids that you learn the very things that are those new things in your toolbox.
Yeah.
That just seems odd to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most people are going, I need my kids to get away from bad kids. So they send them to a place where you're all together and you learn all these things.
Yeah. I feel like from an outsider's perspective, that's how it would be. But, like, if kids aren't going to change and they're not going to do anything realistically, they're not going to stay here very long. Like, they'd just be asked to leave or something like that. Yeah. But, like, the kids that do stay here actually have, like, a drive and a determination to change, and they, like, want it for themselves.
Yeah. Well, I think that's true, and you have that drive, and it's taking you in a good place. Where do you think you'd be if you never came to Heartlight?
Probably be selling drugs with my same group of people that I hang out with. It wouldn't be good, and then probably in a couple years I'd be sitting in a jail cell.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So now you're kind of glad that your parents sent you here?
Yeah, looking back at it, yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Well, look, thanks for coming in and sharing your story. You're a stud. I mean, you're just an absolute stud. You're one of the greatest guys on this whole campus, and I don't hear anybody making a negative comment about you. I do about everybody else, but I mean, I never hear anybody make a comment about you that's negative, and so that's wonderful. Congratulations, man. So you're doing well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
You bet.